Rockpoint 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rockpoint 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rockpoint 256.
Yeah. Believe in yourself and in your heart.
With me to Rockpoint.
Hey, discover the rock in you.
With me to Rockpoint. Rockpoint.
Rockpoint 256. Discover the rock in you.
Hey, wait! I'm not carrying the school kids right now. Move out of the way.
Please, mister, we'll be late to get home, please.
It is rush hour, so much traffic, and you don't pay the full fare.
Let them in. Can't you see it is getting dark?
I won't. You can get off if you have a problem.
If she gets out, I'm getting out too. Let the kids in.
Even me, I'll get out.
And me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Come in, all of you. Even you kids get in. Let's go.
Change is me. It's you, it's us. We can make it happen. Twaweza.
Rockpoint 256.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to episode 367 of Rockpoint 256. We hope you've spent the whole of this week believing in yourself like the Rockpoint song suggests. Don't just dance to that tune, but understand it and live it, and you'll see a change in your life. Well, it is right about time for Rockpoint 256. So, phone your friends, text, and call the ones in your neighborhood to tune into Rockpoint 256. Before we get started, let's remind ourselves about where we ended last week.
The youth take on Monday over their pitch.
Yes, go now. And you, Chairman Monday, explain. Like Blasio asked you, why are you measuring the football pitch? And why do you want to know how many taxis pitch here?
Now, JB, you should not use that tone of voice with me. Don't forget that I'm your leader. And besides, I can call the police to arrest you now.
Don't threaten us, Mr. Monday. Where are they?
Just do anything silly, and they will be faster than lightning.
This one thinks we are joking, JB. Ofuno, listen. One of you get a rope and we tap this man until he tells us what he's planning to do with our football pitch.
Peace vents to Steve about the headmaster asking her to replace the old book that Damali tore.
Can you imagine that he told me to pay for a new book to replace the one that Damali tore?
That is what they do in all schools, please.
But the book was extremely old, Steve. It was so old that it was held with loose strings and chewing gum.
That is too much.
Yes. So why should I be made to pay for an old book? Damali even told me that all the books that they use in class are very old.
And now, on Rockpoint 256, episode 367...
Rockpoint 256. Discover the rock in you.
I am so disappointed in you, Osi.
Please, first listen to me, Chairman.
How could I call and you do not turn up?
Let me explain.
Those boys almost beat us up. And we just stood there hoping that police was coming until we just gave up what we were doing. Other rogues were joining in and they could easily have overpowered us.
I'm sorry about that.
You need to be. Then they began taunting us in all sorts of ways.
Who exactly were there?
The usual culprits, Ofono and his friends. And then some hooligans joined them.
Those boys?
Of all people, I did not expect you to ignore.
Honestly, Monday, you know me better than that.
So what happened, Osi? Would you have lamented if someone had been attacked or injured?
By the time you called, all the officers had been sent to an emergency spot.
But I'm the chairman. Why didn't you summon them back?
They were already at the other scene.
Oh, so why didn't you come in person?
I was the only one at the station.
I can't believe till now that you did not come. I even somehow thought that you wanted those goons to do something bad to me.
How could you think that?
Because you did not even bother to call me back for an explanation.
So what was the chaos about?
The youths found me at the football ground with the surveyors. They then started protesting.
I thought the community meeting had agreed to use that pitch for a business center.
It's good that you were there when that decision was made. But those hooligans can't seem to understand that.
But I know where the problem comes from.
What do you mean?
You see, not many people attended that day.
And whose problem is that? Theirs or mine?
Monday. It seems this pitch issue is becoming delicate.
There is no delicateness about it. Even if they did not attend the meeting, still anyone with a brain can see that the business center means more than the pitch to Rockpoint.
I know that, but it's better to get these boys in your camp first if you are to proceed without issues.
You know what, Osi? You don't seem to be seeing my point. Why don't you deploy at the pitch to avoid those kinds of protests?
That would be a waste of manpower, seeing as our human resources are limited.
Oh, so you are comfortable with these boys impeding the development of Rockpoint?
I'm just saying that, why don't you start with a dialogue of sorts? Invite those boys to a meeting at your office or your home and hear their views. Dialogue will get you results faster than force.
I'm not willing to listen to their unreasonable views. And they paid nothing for this field.
Remember, those unreasonable people elected you.
Why do I have a hunch that you have started siding with my enemies? Huh?
All I'm saying is that this seemingly simple issue can get bloody going by their wrath the other day.
Why did I even come here? Huh? It's always fruitless.
No one has gotten drugs today.
That's what Sister Aisha told me.
Now what am I going to do? I'm just left with 2 tablets for the night.
Sister Aisha said they called Kampala and they were promised that the drugs will be here by the end of the week.
Next week? I just can't wait till then. The baby's health is at stake.
I understand.
There has to be something we can do.
Just trust that nothing bad will happen. Let's come back next week.
Oh God, what are we going to do?
We need to hope for the best, my dear. Let's go now. I have nets to repair at the fishing site.
What is this now?
Johnny! Johnny!
Did I hear someone call me?
It's Mr. Isaac.
Oh, Zach.
I saw you and came running. I'm truly impressed with you, John. I like the way you are supporting your wife.
Thank you, but things are not good, Zach.
Why?
Joan has missed her ARVs.
Oh my, I thought you had escorted her for antenatal.
We had come for ARVs. She's just left with 2 tablets for the night.
That's really worrying. I saw the throng of people at the pharmacy window, but I didn't bother to find out why. Because I have an appointment in town.
They all missed today's supply.
That's a major setback.
It's because we were doing everything in the book to guarantee a healthy baby. Now this.
I heard that the drug van broke down last week on its way here. But I thought that had already been sorted.
Some are lucky that drugs will last till next week.
I think Matari distributes drugs on the same day as Rockpoint. And their patients are few.
Do you think I might find drugs there?
I think you will. All you need is a reference note about the kinds of drugs you take.
Where will I get that?
Just go to Dr. Ian and tell him your drugs are completely finished. And that Zach told you to try Matter.
Okay.
You need to hurry before he goes for his ward round.
John, please, quick. Hurry and see Dr. Ian.
I am afraid you might need to see him yourself, Joan.
Really?
Yes. He might want to know a detail that John cannot give.
Hold my back, John. Let me hurry there.
$300,000 a month for 500 people? God.
Hey, Steve, have you started talking to yourself?
Was I?
You were. I caught something like 500 pupils.
Oh, John, what I discovered is shocking.
What discovery?
Do you know that government sends 300,000 shillings to the school every month for 500 pupils?
You're kidding.
Of course I'm not. That's how I came to talk to myself. I'm baffled.
Thinking about it again, the schools only buy chalk. I think it's not so bad.
They also use it to buy textbooks, charts, building, and for every other need in the school that arises.
That's too little then.
Very little indeed. Because imagine, just one textbook costs 25,000 shillings.
Just one textbook?
Oh, yes. I bought some the other day. But they were second hand. I couldn't afford new ones. 2 would have cost me 50,000 shillings.
I've never even thought of buying textbooks for my children.
You need to start thinking about it. You must have known what happened to Peace.
No.
Because the whole class has to use one textbook. And one group was taking long with it. Damale pulled it away, tearing it in the process.
Hey, that's sad.
Poor woman. The school has told her to buy a replacement.
But really, the headmaster should be more sympathetic with her.
His hands are tied. The policy is clear. Whoever tears or loses a book has to repay.
But knowing Peace, anyone would excuse her.
Since the culprit was there, either the headmaster pays or he asks the culprit to pay.
It must be tough being in his shoes.
It is, because the teachers expect the rule to be implemented. Apparently, the book was even the teacher's copy. So the teacher was not about to carry around flying papers. You do not want your child in that position.
I'm starting to see your point.
But if your child has a book, they can work at their own pace and read without being in a hurry.
Children can be so careless sometimes.
But you need to teach them to take good care of their books. Show them that they are priceless.
But what can we do about the school issue? Not all children will be able to buy personal copies.
It's something I've thought about a great deal. But it seems there's nothing that can be done for now. You know, the money government sends is not enough.
Congratulations, Mama Irene. Now that is what we meant. You deserve another term.
So, can I now have my keys back, Mama JB?
Do not be like that, Mama Irene. You know we had good reason why we did what we did.
But you need to agree, Steve, that what you traders did to me was harsh.
We were very frustrated, Mama Irene. We've been trying to get through to you in vain. Did you want someone to die first?
Joanne, I wouldn't want that to happen, of course. But what hurt me was that you people did not realize how hard I tried.
Mama Irene, please, do not be like that. We did this in good faith, and we are happy that the latrine is now under construction. We should all celebrate our effort.
Happy that my business was closed for several days while you worked. Is that it, Stephen?
You have completely missed the point, Mama Irene. We have a latrine under construction. Locking up your shop worked. We have been asking council to fix that latrine, and well, you are cancelled.
Steve, you need to understand that it's not easy dealing with Mandy.
He may not be easy, but our threats got you and him to do something. But why do you people wait for us to push you that hard before you do something?
My kids, please, and I guess we can now all get back to our work.
Not so fast, Mama Irene. We now need you to do something about the bridge as well.
Please, do not start on that, please. I beg you.
Mama Irene, I've just passed that bridge today. It is a death trap. It is not what you saw last week. The rains are washing away the logs.
But that's not my responsibility. I have lost enough time already. Please let me work.
Please, people, let's first rest before taking up any other issue. We cannot go back to Monday immediately.
Oh, yes, you will, Kenneth. And this time, we will not make empty threats. Tell Mandy that if he finds his business raided and ravaged, we will have done it.
Joanne, since when did you start thinking of mob justice as a way of solving issues?
Because it is what gets results. See what closing Mama Irene's shop and threatening Mandy has delivered to us.
We wouldn't even have had this dysentery outbreak if Mandy had released money soon enough.
But Nora, the bridge needs bigger amounts of money. I don't think the money can be found on short notes.
Who knows? Monday told us the same thing for the toilet. And the money seems to have come out of nowhere when we threatened.
There must be more money where that came from.
Yes.
It must be there.
It must be done soon.
Believe us when we say that there is no money.
Don't think we are children to believe your stories. Where did the money come from suddenly?
Getting the latrine money from Mandy was a problem. How do you expect us to get that for the bridge?
You people know better. All we want is a bridge.
He might even tell us that the bridge is not his responsibility.
See? All of you use the bridge issue to get votes. Now you councillors say it's not your responsibility. Monday will say it's not his responsibility. Now, whose responsibility is it?
It is a long process.
We need to have that community meeting, Kenneth. We are tired of all these blame games.
Welcome back from your break.
Thank you, teacher.
Who remembers which passage you were reading yesterday when the bell rang?
Passage 52.
Very good, girl. So who is going to read it for us?
Not me.
I am asking for who is going to read, not for who is not going to read.
Serves are right.
That's mean.
I'm sorry, Teacher Pamela.
Good manners. Can I now have someone reading for us passage 52?
I want to try Teacher Pamela. Joy, what can she read? She can't, Teacher Pamela. Choose someone else.
That is so rude. She's the only one who has offered to read.
But we will not enjoy her reading. Why doesn't Dameli read instead?
I cannot tolerate this kind of rudeness. I want both of you to apologize to Joy immediately.
Sorry, Joy. I'm sorry, Joy.
Now, class, I do not expect the kind of rudeness I've just seen this morning happening again. Am I clear?
Yes.
Everyone needs to be able to read.
Yes, Teacher Pamela.
All right, Joy. Please go ahead and read.
I am not going to read.
Why?
Those pupils have said they don't want me.
It's okay, Joy. It's me who chooses who reads, and you are going to read.
They have said that I cannot read.
Of course you can read. Don't you always read with your father?
I do.
Then you can definitely read.
But what if I make a mistake?
We all do make mistakes, my dear. Even I, Teacher Pamela, sometimes makes mistakes.
I don't think Teacher Pamela can make a mistake. She just wants to make us laugh.
Are you sure you also make mistakes?
Of course I do. Don't you sometimes bring back your books when I ticked something wrong yet it's right?
Sometimes.
See? So Joy, and all the rest of you who fear to read in class, it is okay to make mistakes. It is the reason we come to school, to learn. Can you read now, Joy?
What if they laugh at me?
I promise to punish whoever laughs at someone who has offered to read. Am I clear, class?
Yes, Teacher Pamela.
All right, Joy. Read passage 52.
It reads...
That was fast, Joan. It's just 5 p.m. It is my lucky day, Goretti. Get me a still, please. I need to cool off from my side here fast.
Right away.
I was lucky to get my medication.
The journey must have been tiring in your state.
The going was easy. I got a lift the minute I reached the stage from some angel. Some caring man who insisted I had to be among those who got in his car.
Which kind man was that?
I've never seen him around here.
You entered a stranger's car?
I know what you're thinking, but there were 4 of us.
Oh.
But he insisted that all the others sit behind while I occupy the comfortable co-driver's seat.
It is refreshing to find such men.
Oh yeah, and Matare was good. The health center was less crowded.
Maybe others had gotten their medication and gone home.
Must be because I found only one person on the queue. I was in and out of there in 20 minutes with my medication.
That was fast.
But the journey back, horrible. The taxi was so ramshackle and it had no shock absorbers. But we had no option because all the taxis no longer want to come to Rockpoint.
Why?
You know how our bridge is.
Oh, the bridge.
My, it has deteriorated even more.
Really?
And the taxi touts are right. The bridge is a death trap. The taxi went quiet when we reached the bridge. It is scary.
Oh my.
The passengers in the vehicle ahead of ours disembarked and crossed separately.
It must be really bad.
The baby must have felt my fear because I got a strong contraction.
Don't scare me. When are you due?
Oh, Goretti, it is still some time away, about a month.
Means I need to start preparing to run the restaurant single-handedly.
I am just thankful that the dark cloud that had settled on me has lifted.
Which dark cloud?
You cannot even begin to imagine how I felt when I was told that there were no ARVs at the health center.
I can understand.
I did not want to totally break down before John, but I immediately started seeing death coming at my baby.
Thank God for Matare.
And for Zach. He pointed us there.
Oh my God! The people of Rockpoint are now starting to see the fruits of their labor. Finally, Monday, who was obstinate and unmoved, is starting to take their threats seriously. Don't you think that is an achievement?
Clearly it's an achievement. But do you think they will finally throw him out completely?
I think the point here is that they're getting some much-needed services from Monday. Closing Mama Irene's shop has worked.
But I have my worries.
What worries?
Worries that each time they want something that is budgeted for, something that is rightfully theirs, they will first have to riot. Where will they end? Now they want a bridge. Do they still have to threaten the leaders? Must people always threaten before leaders do what they're supposed to do?
Well, I know what you're saying. So, what do you suggest? How else can they achieve a repaired bridge?
I really do not know.
You know, I think they're taking the right course of action. If rioting is what will bring some results, so be it. They should go close 7 days bar if that is what's going to wake Monday up.
It's so tiring.
I know. Hey, meanwhile, aren't you happy that Zach quickly found a solution for Joanne?
Don't remind me. I was afraid, thinking that Joanne was going to go without ARVs. After what happened to Chantal's baby,
Yeah.
I do not want to see that happening to Joanne.
Oh, I know. Zach indeed was sent by God to rescue them out of that situation.
Aren't you also happy that Joanne is more committed to taking her drugs instead of complaining about them?
Oh, it is so good. Truthfully, taking drugs every day for the rest of your life is not cool at all. But when you focus on the benefits it comes with, it is worth it.
And I think it's also worth noting that many other people are going through your same challenge. I think it brings courage.
In fact, one of our listeners, Atuhirire Sharif, is encouraging Joanne via Facebook not to give up on ARVs. He says, I would like to advise Joanne not to tire from ARVs. She must continue with her drugs in order to produce a baby without HIV. ARVs will also help her live for more than 30 years.
Thank you, Sheriff. And we also have another message from Easter Monday, one of our treasured listeners. What do you think? Don't you think she deserves a gift for her passion?
I genuinely think so, but first read her message, please.
Well. She says, I am glad that this time around, Steve is taking an upper hand in his daughter's education. Had he not been there, Blessing wouldn't have allowed Joy to break that egg.
I remember that scene. While Joe was excited about breaking the egg to learn about its parts, Blessing was worried about making a tray of eggs for her customers.
But I am glad that Steve stepped in like Easter Monday says, because Joy seemed really excited seeing the egg just after learning about it in school. Much as I'm sure she had seen it before, it became more appealing after she had learnt about it in class.
Meanwhile, we cannot go without talking about the money Blasio took from Monday because it has really divided our listeners.
But honestly, what was that money for?
Come on! He was compensating Blasio for his demolished video hall and the medication he took when he hit him with his car. Remember? Unfortunately, most people think he shouldn't have taken that money because it might compromise him in some way.
So this money wasn't a bribe?
Oh, I don't think it was.
Anyway, write to us and let us know. Should Blasio have taken the money Monday gave him? Or should he have taken him to police and then to court? Write to us and let us know what you think.
Yes. Send your letter to Communication for Development Foundation Uganda, CDFU, at PO Box 8734 Kampala, or send us an SMS on mobile number 0776 256 256. You can also drop your letter at this radio station. It will reach us.
As we await our next episode of Rockpoint 256, if you, a friend, neighbor, or sibling have any suggestions, concerns, or questions about youth participation in politics, parents' involvement in the education of their children, HIV, abstinence, family planning, pregnancy, male circumcision, alcohol abuse, violence, or other health issues, please call our toll-free hotline on telephone number 0800 200 600 or visit a school, health facility, or local leader near you.
And it would be nice to hear from you what you felt about the chat with our counselors. Were they helpful? Do you need more help? Let us know it all to make our services to you better.
Remember to tune in next week, same station, same time for another exciting episode of Rockpoint 256. This program is brought to you by Communication for Development Foundation Uganda, CDFU, supported by Democratic Governance Facility, New Heights, with clearance from Uganda AIDS Commission and funding from United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
And from Twaweza, Uganda, it takes one person to make change happen. Change ni mimi, ni wewe, ni sisi. Change is me, it's you, it's us.
Hey, someone is exposing your unborn child to HIV. Someone is possibly going to pass the virus on to your baby. This is someone you know. Someone close to your unborn child and closer to you. This person could be you.
If you are not tested for HIV, you are putting your unborn child at risk. The moment you get pregnant, go together as a couple for HIV testing and ARV treatment if positive. Attend antenatal care and plan to give birth in a health facility to guarantee that your child is born HIV negative and lives the good life. This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID. A good life starts with good health.
Rockpoint 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rockpoint 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rockpoint 256.
Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rockpoint.
Hey, discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rockpoint. It's your right, don't you be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you. It's your right, don't you be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you. Rockpoint 256. Rockpoint 256. Come with me to Rockpoint. Come with me to Rockpoint. It's your right, don't you be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you. It's your right, don't you be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rockpoint 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rockpoint 256.
Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rockpoint.
Hey, discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rockpoint. It's your right, don't you be the judge.